A couple years ago, I got my motorcycle endorsement, which was a huge milestone in my life, as it is in anybody's life. And this was a motorcycle I learned to ride on, the Honda Monkey. This is a little 125cc pocket rocket, and it has been an absolute blast putting it around here on the ranch, cruising up some dirt roads. It's an absolute little unit of a motorcycle. I've loved it, but I think it's time, a couple of years in, to try something with a little bit more oomph, which is why today we're gonna find out, is the new Royal Enfield Himalayan a good bike for beginners? Now, full disclosure, I am not Case. I do not look like Tom Cruise, and I'm also not an expert in motorcycles, so I'm taking this on as kind of a beginner's look at the Royal Enfield Himalayan. We're gonna get it out on the road today and find out, do I feel comfortable and safe operating this? Because for $5,800 starting, this could be a great little bridge into the world of adventure bikes. Now, one of my dreams is to take a motorcycle, run it through Moab, the White Rim Trail, maybe even the Dalton Highway up in Alaska. I think that would be an excellent adventure, and this Himalayan would be a great beginner bike to learn how to do that on. Now, compared to that 125cc Honda Monkey, the Royal Enfield has 452 cc's, but still a single cylinder, still mounted fairly low, and we're only talking about 40 horsepower. So even though I do have a little bit of experience putting around on that Honda, this should be a nice kind of next step to the point where I'm not going over the back of it if I juice the throttle too much. It's also got a 6-speed transmission instead of the 4 on this Honda, and it's just got a much more breadth of details. My dad was also pointing out the headlight that constantly falls out on this Monkey, one of the common Monkey issues here. But I'm really excited to check out this Himalayan, so let's do this. I'm gonna hop on, get geared up, well, probably get geared up, then hop on, and we'll take it down the road and see what it's like. Really easy to figure out here. You got your normal turn signals here, you got your horn, you got your kill switch. Let's see if we can figure out what some of these other controls do. That's your light switch. Okay, that's easy enough to understand. Oh, we've got ride mode. So look at this. So we've got Eco, rear ABS on and off, Performance ABS on, Performance rear ABS off, Eco ABS on. I think that's a good place to start with. So I'm gonna go Eco ABS on. And let's see what this motorcycle is like as a beginner. Nice, easy clutch engagement. You know, what I'm most surprised about is, considering this bike is something like 200 pounds heavier than my Monkey, I'm finding it really easy to maintain control at these slow speeds, even with no upper body or lower body strength to report with. But look, I mean, it seems like a really easy machine to control at slow speeds here. What I really need to do is get over to our friend Andy, who's a bike control trainer, and kind of better understand how to operate these machines safely and with confidence. I'm gonna make that a priority this summer, but at least on initial impression at these slow speeds, really easy to modulate. That engine, it seems really forgiving. Let me try a quick launch here. Let's see how forgiving this clutch is. Slip the clutch just a little bit. Ooh, good low end torque. Very, very straightforward. Ergonomics feel pretty good. I'm a little close, it feels like, to the handlebars, but I'm sure that could be adjusted. Let's try getting it inner second. Oh, really easy. Super easy as someone that's just still learning about bike control. Really clear cluster too, easy to read, got all the information I need. And the ride quality with these big wheels compared to my teeny tiny Monkey is pretty unbelievable. Holy cow. All right, here I go, coming down this little dirt hill. Left signal on. Easy as can be. Okay, down into first here. Look both ways, looking good. And let's take it onto the big road. Wow, the power! 40 horsepower versus like 15. Pretty noticeable difference. Oh, this thing is awesome. What a comfortable ride. That's third gear in a fourth. Let's see, how about 5? Okay, that's bogging it a little bit, down into fourth. Just gonna give it a little squirt here in eco mode in fourth gear. Oh, Oh, you got that low end torque in spades. Holy cow. Let me back it down in a second. Roll onto the throttle. Pretty good. It's not as quick as I was expecting, but definitely quicker than what I'm used to on the Honda. Oh, it feels pretty good though, and the ride quality over those bumps is mega good. Holy cow. Let's get it in a fourth here. Oh yeah. What a machine. The handling feels great too. Like I said, the little I know about motorcycle handling, we are on a pretty loose surface. These tires, for what I would use this bike for, I'd want to put maybe a nice set of knobbies on it. The Himalayan debuted about 9-10 years ago. It's been on the market for a while, but this one has been heavily revamped compared to that first generation. And if you look at the overall design, it's much more cohesive than kind of the blocky 2016 Himalayan that debuted. It's got new engine, it's got new tech, so it's a pretty thoroughly new bike compared to that original one, and there's some really nice features. For the price point, this is incredible value for what you get. So 21-inch front wheel, and I love the color combo on this one. This black with the yellow and gold accent gives it a very unique look. We've got that 452cc liquid-cooled engine there in between your legs, and it's got Showa front forks, so it does have some brand name forks on it, which is very cool. Now the seat height is actually pretty approachable as well. I believe it's a 32.5-inch seat height. I'm 6 feet tall, can really comfortably flat foot this. And the tech, it's going to be a little tricky to see, but it's got a full digital TFT and this very retro design. I think that this was a really well integrated, kind of vintage, kind of modern. This is really what Royal Enfield is doing very well these days. And then, of course, it has some adventure bike stuff. Like it's got these crash bars here in the front end that surround the tank. It's got some skid plating here in the exhaust. We're looking at about 9 inches of ground clearance, 7.8 inches of suspension travel. And you've got that single exhaust port coming out the back here. Of course, front and rear disc brake, and then out back you've got your turn signals here, you've got your little license plate mount, and then you've got a rack so you can add some stuff back here for those longer adventures. So I think it's a very attractive looking bike. Now of course it's probably a dumb video to people that are actual motorcycle people that know what they're doing, but for someone coming off of, you know, my motorcycle safety course, I could easily see taking that class again on this machine. Let's dive it in a performance mode here. Model mode change denied. Retry in next ignition cycle. Why are you denying my mode change? That's kind of weird. All right, well, let's give it an ignition cycle. Okay. Ride mode, performance, ABS on. Let's see what the difference is in performance. Oh, wow. A lot. The throttle inputs now. Oh my God. What a machine. Okay, now it feels like I was expecting it to feel. Whew. Ah! Wow, the difference between eco and performance. Pretty dramatic. Go over these bumps here. Try a little stand. Feels really easy to stand on too. This thing rips. Gates is gonna watch this and be like, what the heck are you talking about? That's a slow motorcycle. But for someone coming out of basically no motorcycle, it feels pretty good. The tank is nice and easy to hug too with my thighs here. So I'm a pretty thin guy, but I feel like I can easily crouch up on the tank, sit a little further back. I got some additional seat positions. Feels really, really nice. How about the horn? Yeah, horn works great. Oh yeah, this thing is freaking awesome. Totally into this. I'd like to, like I said, get some more training under my belt with some people that really know what they're doing before I start to kind of taking this on real off-road or take this on the actual road. But the clutch, the shifter really comes easily to hand and foot. Now I can dive on up this little dirt trail. Woo! Look at it go! Okay, I'm sold on this motorcycle thing now. This is an awesome machine. I can't wait to get some more kind of seat time in this. I understand now why people might want more than 125 cc's. That is a pretty addictive experience. Holy cow. So as a whole, I am blown away with my first experience on this Himalayan. I think that it's a perfect bike for someone like me who's just dipping their toe into the motorcycle world, and it's definitely a bike I could grow on, take off-road, and learn to have a lot of fun with out on the trail. So folks, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This has been Tommy, behind the camera my dad. We'll see you next time.